Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Bitcoin shows a bit of a sell-off there. Shouldn't be of any surprise to anyone who watched my previous videos because in both scenarios we expected another pullback. First of all, in the scenario, even on the micro level, we did say that even there we should see a C wave down. I'm going to take a look at the 1 hour chart in a minute, but also here on the daily chart, we said that the minimum requirements for this move, that started on the 11th of September here to the upside is basically complete. So a more substantial top could be in place. And if the support level on the microstructure breaks on the 1 hour chart, and we're taking a look at that, then we could be either, so basically my process is if the micro support breaks, which is I think around 42,500, I'm going to take a look at that now. Then first of all, my assumption will be, okay, is this a wave 4? And it could result in a wave 5, but this wave 4 should be substantial based on what I can see right now. It's a larger wave degree than the previous wave 4 that happened here in the last month or so. But then for that scenario to play out, the price needs to hold above 35K. If a break below 35K happens, I would also be looking for a bullish outcome, but it would be a deeper pullback in wave C of a larger B wave, and then a rally. Well, it's a larger B wave, so and then a rally. Okay, so really there's nothing bearish on this chart at all until the price breaks below around about 20K. So I would treat any sell-off as a gift. As I mentioned only yesterday in the video, I highlighted, okay, how can you prepare for that? And yeah, but that's sort of Bitcoin, many I have a hard time, very honest with you, I have a very hard time to see Bitcoin come down to that level anyway. Okay, so I'm first watching for a wave 4 scenario. And now let's take a look at this shorter time frame. So just want to show you the daily, just to indicate, okay, yes, we have a few red candles really. We are still above the December price. But basically the sell-off shouldn't surprise anybody. Okay, of course, further extensions possible from here, but we had two scenarios, either a small sell-off or a larger one. And it's all about that micro support level that we have on the 1 hour chart. So now let's go to the 1 hour chart. Here we see it. You will remember it from the last few days. If you watched previous videos, we were watching for a 5-wave move up to at least 48,860, which happened. I then shared with you that from here, at some point where we have 5 waves complete in a diagonal, we have to expect a sharp pullback. Not guaranteed to work out because, nobody can, look into the future, but a diagonal typically is followed by a sharp pullback. And within an hour of posting that, we saw that sharp pullback, a small recovery, and now even further sharp pullbacks. So that shouldn't have been a surprise. The support area isn't even broken, so we're still in support, but it's quite a substantial move down. And I would have preferred to see a little bit more of a rally in the B wave, but that's sometimes just how it is after diagonals, sharp pullback. But the idea was that this entire rally of the 11th of September low could have completed here, major top, okay? Major top on the 11th of January. But we cannot confirm that major top until we get a sustained break below 42,550 and below the ascending trend line here. Yeah, that needs to break. That needs to break. Only then I would confirm that we really have a larger top, and I will start to track the larger 4th wave that I just showed you on the daily chart. Until then, we could see an extension, even though, yeah, lots of red candles. Again, they shouldn't be a surprise. Very sharp pullback shouldn't be a surprise. But people tend to think when we get a sharp pullback, support levels are going to break. That's not always the case in crypto. Look at this. They turn around at an instant. So I cannot use really with... I cannot really use, it's not very reliable, the look of such a 3-wave pullback. Red candles that turn around at an instant are common in crypto. That's why we like to use just the idea of a sustained break below Fibonacci support or invalidation levels. So yeah, because again, in a wave 2, if we get another extension and if this 5-wave move forms a larger 5-wave move up, basically an extension, basically that the rally from the 11th of September low isn't finished here, but only after a larger 5-wave move, you can still, find support here basically, okay? And that's why we have to be very mindful that we don't call a major top too early. But I can tell you that below 42,550, I will start to track the larger 4th wave pullback towards the 35K level. Okay, not necessarily down that much, but that's sort of the key support that we need to keep in mind then. So at the moment, everything so far going okay. It is a sharp pullback. It might get another squiggle down, but we haven't broken support. The B wave, though, is extremely weak, yes. And something's changed this time to when we were down here, which was here just a week ago, a little more than a week ago. The ETH BTC chart might have bottomed. The ETH BTC chart might have bottomed, which means that money might flow from Bitcoin into ETH, okay, and maybe even altcoins if we see the altcoin season index increase. But mainly I'm tracking ETH BTC, which means that ETH, which shows an impulse to the upside potentially, ETH might really have started to outperform Bitcoin now, which was different throughout the entire year of 2023. So it's just a shift. Okay, it's just a shift. So yeah, once we see micro support break, we're looking at the larger support area that would also be bullish, would just allow for a much deeper pullback. As I mentioned already weeks ago, that is a very likely scenario after one more high to that 48,860 level, or rather 50K was the target. But before we reached that top, 48,860 was the first micro fib level as minimum target. So let's see now. It's still within the boundaries of this larger price channel. Let's see if we get another extension higher. Certainly only 3 waves down so far. So it's not the larger impulse down, not yet. Okay, that's my update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.